Hi, it's Rob Moore here from Progressive Property and I'm with Steve Evans. Steve, this is everyone.
Hi everyone.
Lots of people watching this video. And everyone, this is Steve. Now, Steve's got an amazing story to tell since he joined the Progressive VIP program and he's been in the Progressive community. And I really kind of want to give it over to Steve to just share with you his challenges and how he's getting on and what results he's got. So, how long have you been sort of in the Progressive community, Steve?
Well, I've been in the Progressive community. I'm on the VIP program for I'm in my second year now. But really, I think I've been in the fold for almost 3 years, really.
Yeah, I mean, you. I noticed that you took your time before kind of joining the community properly. Were you just waiting to see if we were the real deal, or was, you know?
I think there was a certain element of that in it. Yes. Yeah, because I have a disability, i.e., I'm blind. A lot of training organisations rely on handouts, flip charts, you know, what's that thing called? PowerPoint, death by. I didn't want to sign up and hand my money to somebody who was just going to present that sort of stuff at me, and then sort of 2 or 3 months later say, well, yeah, that's it, that's all you've paid for, and you're on your own, because that's what had happened to me in the past.
Right, okay.
So I wanted to hover around and get a feel for you guys, and is this an organisation that's going to make its training materials accessible to me? Is this an organisation that's genuinely going to be there on the end of a phone or the end of an email for me? Because it takes me longer to take the information in.
Sure, interesting you say that. It doesn't necessarily take you longer to buy the properties and bring in the income though, does it?
No, no, not at all. No, absolutely not, no.
So could you give us some, obviously we'll come back to that and I appreciate you saying that, just so we can kind of get it nice and early in this video. Just how many deals have you done in the last 6 months, year, and just talk through the deals, the cash flow, the equity, you know, your vital statistics. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I last year bought 6 properties.
So she must be leveraging, because I've only met her once.
Yeah. She does a lot of the background work.
Right. Yeah.
She does the going on right move and looking at the actual pictures of things and helping me find the agents and just sort of helping me around, looking at the properties when we go to view.
Sure.
To look out for any hazards that the estate agents might not have quite remembered to tell me.
Sure, because I guess people take for granted the things you can't, for sure. So, okay, so 6 properties in the last how long?
In the last, well, 8 months really.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 8 months that we actually sort of made offers and did the purchasing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what's the total cash flow that those 6 properties bring in for you?
At the moment, 2 of them are still empty. They're going to be student houses this year. But at the moment, we're around about 1,200 a month cash flow. That's clear cash flow after all expenses on the 4 that are already rented out.
And you must be pretty happy with that?
Very happy with that.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, there's a couple that are only sort of 7% yield. Basic
dear.
Little family buy.
Anyone watching in London, only 7% yield.
I know, it's such a shame. But then our student properties, we've got one that should have 4 students in it. It's only got 3 at the moment because our refurb really wasn't up to scratch and we never managed to sell the 4th room. But that is that's yielding at 10% anyway,
right.
So that's going to be about 12% when we get the full complement next year.
Sure.
Yeah, the other one, we just putting a new bathroom in one at the moment. We're absolutely sure we're going to get 600 a month. Again, clear cash flow profit. It's important to me. I've just celebrated my 50th, and I've never really had much in the way of a pension. So at the moment, cash flow is important to me now.
Yeah.
And then the future growth, you know, the capital growth, hopefully will provide me with compensation for having no pension.
Sure, but you're focusing on cash flow now because
Definitely.
you might not necessarily be able to rely on that for a few years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I'm coming out of selling time for money. I used to tune pianos for a living.
Yeah.
So I was working at an hourly rate, probably of about £15 an hour, all told. and didn't want to do that until I'm 75.
Sure.
So you know, wanted to get out of that while I still got the strength and the energy to change course, and then, you know, the portfolio will just carry me through till the bitter end.
Sure. So were you expecting this video? Because I don't think I've ever seen you in a tie. You were, weren't you?
Yeah. No, actually, no, it's not. No, I wasn't. I was presenting to a group of investors this morning.
Oh, okay. What, for JV Finance?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and I'm also offering myself out as a sourcer this year. Again, for cash flow.
Sure.
But ultimately for JV Finance as well. Yes. Yeah.
So you've got the 6 properties, £1,400 a month-ish.
Yeah.
Net cash flow, really good. Obviously, you've got a couple that, once you've got them fully rented, you think could give a lot more. So just give us the kind of snapshot, the overview of everything else you've done. Because obviously, you know, you can't see, I'm looking down here a lot because John is Steve's guide dog. He's sat there, he's behaving himself now, but he wasn't before the video, was he?
No.
And so tell us, you know, maybe some other things you've done, you know, in the last sort of year in the progressive community. Have you packaged any deals? Have you raised JV finance? Or are you setting up any events? Or have you set up a business or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of leafleting and talking to motivated sellers, and that's going well. I've got 3 or 4 now who I think we'll get some deals out of in the next month or 2. Just because I've followed their story and I know their situation.
Yeah.
But I've started to set up, well, I have set up a networking group, a property networking group, to serve the southeast London area and the sort of north-ish Kent, but mostly the sort of southeast London, Bromley, Croydon borders. That's going to take place at the Bromley Golf Club. In fact, the first one starts on the 16th of
Sounds
May.
like a pitch.
Could be.
Infomercial.
Yeah,
Not that I can talk about that. But
hopefully we're going to have Jill presenting to us. Jill Alton presenting to us at that one. I mean, a lot of people set up groups like that and struggle to get speakers, but being in this community, no problem.
There's you're
plenty
right.
of speakers to call on.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, hoping that will go well. I used to work for a networking organisation, so I know what people like and don't like about networking events. So that's really exciting for us. Yeah, and again, my wife, who you don't see very often, but she's very involved in that.
Right, so you are leveraging quite a lot by the sound of it.
Definitely.
I hope she's not watching this.
No,
leveraging means love, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay, great. So clearly there's, I mean, this is very inspirational. You know, some people might sit here and say, well, only 6 properties in 8 months, which I think is fantastic, by the way. But obviously, you know, with the challenges you have, what would you say to someone watching this video who maybe wants to take it up to the next level, or wants to create more income, or maybe like you has been watching us for months, years, decades, and thinking, I thought Rob was going to change his taste in shirts, but that never happened. What would you say to someone sitting on the fence, you know, maybe thinking of, you know, more training, or just going out there and getting results?
Okay. The first thing I'd say is, come on, do it. There've been, as I said to you, I've passed 50 years this year. I've seen 3 times in my lifetime where these opportunities of low price properties have been around, and I've always said, oh, if only I'd done that, I should have done that, I really should have done. This time I'm jumping on and grabbing hold of the bandwagon quickly, and I think, you know, anyone who's thinking about it should do it. There's masses of opportunity out there. There's plenty of room for everybody.
What if someone doesn't have any money?
Well, get involved in this sort of network and find people who have. I've been talking to somebody this evening who's going to be talking to me, and we're going to meet up, and we're talking about doing some joint venturing on HMOs. Sort of city centre. I'm going to be working with my wife's cousin, who's based in Clapham, which is a brilliant area in London for.
Do you really want to share that to so many people? They might get some competition.
That's all right. There's plenty to go around.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if I can get involved in 3 HMOs in the next 12 months, I'll be laughing.
Hello, John.
Be well.
You're right there. I think he wanted to be in the shot.
Yes, I think so. No, not that end though, John.
Okay, we'll just imagine he's not here and carry on like we're consummate professionals.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you'd say to someone, just go out there and do it. Well, but they, you know, might have money. You said, okay, that's fine. You can meet JV partners in the community. You know, anything else to say? Or a parting Steveism that you might say to anyone watching this video?
Well, I mean, I have to say it, don't I? If I can do it, you can do it. You know, I have many challenges. Everybody has, and I'm sure at some point somebody will see Patrick on a video at some point as well, who has enormous challenges, all different challenges. Actually, the challenges that I have, I think, make me stronger. And everybody has challenges. People talk about fears of committing to it. People talk about fears of leaving a salary-paid job, for example. I was fired from a selling job just before I really got involved in property full time, and I very soon found that the time I had on my hands because of the fact that I'd been fired from that particular organisation just gave me more time to get more involved in property, and I very quickly replaced that income, and now I've replaced it and some. So that was a very real fear that was nothing to do with my disability.
Sure.
But it very soon got over it.
But quite common at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Steve, I just want to say on behalf of myself and I'm sure many people watching the video, thank you very much. Do you want to just remind us where that networking event you're running is again?
Oh, well, you mean the one that's at the Bromley Football Club?
There you go.
Hayes Lane,
All
Bromley,
right.
Kent.
Steve did ask if he could mention that. So if you're in that area, stop by. And again, I want to say on behalf of Steve, myself, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got a lot from it. Make sure you leave a comment, or you know, maybe people could get in touch with you, Steve. Are you up for that?
Yes, please.
So your email?
Yeah, I'm Steve at homechance. That's HOMECHANCE.co.uk.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.